you're putting on the weight, Mrs. Dobie, eh? Now, just to tell me, does this hurt?
Oh, aye, Doctor.
Does it hurt here?
Oh, my, that's worst of all.
Ah, but that doesn't hurt at all, eh?
No, Doctor.
Right, well, you can sit up there.
How is she, Doctor?
Well, she's pulled a muscle, that's what she's done.
I kenned that. Didn't I say that, Annie? I kenned it was a muscle I pulled.
Ah, well, you should ken that you're getting too old to do the Highland fling. You're no wee lassie any longer, you know.
Highland flings? If it were only that.
Oh, you just take this to the chemist for your sister, will you? It's something to rub on her back. Why, what else was it?
It's the well, Doctor. It's the business of carrying the water.
That's what's been killing me, Doctor. Carrying the water.
Well, you just have to draw less at a time, won't you? You just have to draw half a bucket instead of a full bucket.
I can't draw any at all.
Why not? It's just outside the door, isn't it?
Aye, but it's been closed this last fortnight.
Well, the cat fall down.
No, it was Dr. Snoddy. He came and slapped a notice on it and closed it.
And now we're to go a quarter of a mile to the nearest tap. Half a mile there and back with a full bucket of water. It's a wonder she's no broken in two.
Well, there must have been reasons, I suppose.
Aye, but 2 weeks and nothing done.
How you just stay in your bed, Mrs. Dobie. I'll come back in and see you next week.
Thank you, Doctor.
There you go.
And you ask about the well, Doctor.
I will that, aye.
Oh, I quite agree, Doctor. And then I think we should go on to the new beds and surgical. And that's all on my list.
There was a point Sir James mentioned at the last board meeting. I can't recall what it was.
The laundry arrangement for towels.
Oh, that was it. The question of sterilisation. Put that down too, Matron.
Oh, but that's been dealt with already, Doctor.
Never mind. Put it down. It demonstrates zeal.
Whatever you say, Doctor.
Yeah.
Ah, good morning, Dr. Snoddy.
Ah, Dr. Finlay.
Good morning, Matron.
Oh, good morning, Dr. Finlay. Well, if that's all, Dr. Snoddy.
Thank you very much, Matron. That's all.
Oh, I wasn't interrupting. I just thought I'd take the opportunity to have a word with Dr. Snoddy. I hope you don't mind, Matron.
Oh, that's all right, Dr. Finlay. We'd finished anyway. You may talk in here in my office if you wish.
Thank you, Matron.
Thank you very much.
Well, what's on your mind, Finlay?
Ach, it's nothing very much. It's about the well.
Oh, at Kilbra. I had to close it.
I saw. I heard. What was the trouble?
Well, there have been 1 or 2 suspected cases of salmonella reported to me. It was a precaution.
Ah, but you don't know that it was the well that was responsible, do you?
Not yet, till I've carried out the necessary tests.
Ah, well, I hear it's been closed for a fortnight, though.
These things take time, you know.
How long, though?
Don't understand your hurry. They've got piped water up there.
I know, but it's quarter of a mile away, and they've got to carry the water in buckets.
Is that such a tremendous hardship? You wouldn't want any of them to go down with typhoid, I suppose.
I don't know about that, but one of my old patients up there has strained their back with carrying the water.
Don't think tests are just a matter of looking down a microscope. There may be ground to be dug up, seepage to be checked. You don't know half what's involved.
These poor people up there are going to strain their backs while you dither about wondering what to do.
Finlay, you attend to your job and leave me to mine.
Well, I wish I could.
Is the gout any better?
Thank you, Janet. Another 48 hours should see the end of it.
Well, that's nice. It always surprises me, you suffering from gout. I've never seen you touch a drop of port wine the whole time I've known you.
It has nothing whatever to do with port wine, woman. Alexander the Great had gout, so did Kubla Khan. And they both lived before port was invented.
What is it then?
If I knew that, would I be suffering from it?
No, Doctor. Dr. Finlay, dinner won't be long.
Thank you, John. See, these rabbits have been at the lettuce again.
It's very good for them, Doctor.
Good for them.
Dr. Finlay, help yourself to something and pour me something too.
Oh, yes. You with your gout, you'll just want a wee one, I expect, eh?
No, the usual. Have had a hard morning up at Kilbrach.
I wouldn't say it was hard. It's just, I had a very frustrating 5 minutes with Dr. Snoddy.
What was all that about?
He closed the well, you know.
I heard. Salmonella.
Yes, well, I'm a bit worried about these old folk up there. Do you know that old Mrs. Dobie strained her back already, carrying the water?
What did Snoddy say about it?
Oh, he's carrying out tests.
That's his job. We must let him get on with it.
Aye, but does he have to take so long about it? There's nothing very complicated about the test.
Agreed, but it's a continuing source of infection.
Oh, is it bad?
Oh, no, it's bearable. It'll keep me here for a bit.
I dare say me doing a round for you. With the best will in the world, of course.
I am very grateful to you for your goodwill. And I must send my apologies to Snoddy.
But for having gout.
For not being able to attend the monthly hospital meeting.
Oh, yes. Sir James Gregg will be there, won't he?
He always is. Now, don't you dare, Dr. Finlay, don't you dare.
No, I was just thinking.
I know what you were thinking, Sir James Gregg, salmonella. Affected wells.
Well, I'd just take a wee hint from Sir James to send old Snoddy scurrying away like a rabbit, eh?
No, you're nothing of the kind. Public health is not our business, it's Dr. Snoddy's.
Oh, yes.
So let him get on with it in his own pace and his own way. If you please, Dr. Finlay.
Aye. Just seems a pity not to invoke the help of our leading epidemiologist just for the sake of treading in old Snoddy's corns, eh?
Sir James Gregg, is it?
Aye, that's right, Janet. Did you know that he was our leading epidemiologist?
Aye, Doctor, if that means a man that's fond of his meat, I do.
Is he?
Oh, aye, Doctor.
He's a legend with Janet. He dined with us once. What was it, Janet? Baked Virginia ham.
And pineapple with wine sauce and my cream trifle. He had 2 extra helpings of that.
Oh, and the smoked herring. Do not forget the smoked herring, Janet.
Aye, he ate the lot. Still, he's on short commons these days.
Ulcers.
The Snoddies.
He always dines with them when he comes here. It's a standing thing.
Well, you know, I think I might just take a wee trip into the hospital tomorrow. A patient of mine, Mrs. Cullen.
In the hope of bumping into Sir James. You will not mention the well or salmonella. I absolutely forbid it, Doctor.
Dr. Cameron, I assure you that I will not bring the subject up behind your back.
Good afternoon, Sir James. How nice to see you again.
Good afternoon, matron. Thank you. I'm not late, am I?
Oh, indeed, no, Sir James. You've a quarter of an hour yet.
Good.
By the way, I wanted to ask you, you remember
Then
we
I'm in
discussed
time
the
for
question?
my usual cup of tea.
Oh, it's already in my office, Sir James.
Good afternoon, Sir James.
It's a pretty child.
But the week after, Doctor. Do you think I'll be out then?
Now, you mustn't be so impatient, Mrs. Cullen. What's the matter? Do you not like it here?
I like it fine, but the food, it's just terrible.
Sir James Gregg's here, Doctor. He's in matron's room.
Thank you very much. Is Dr. Snoddy here yet?
I haven't seen him yet.
I see. Well, nurse, could you have a word with Mrs. Cullen, please? She's complaining about the menu.
Oh, Dr. Finlay, did nurse tell you?
Yes, thank you. She did. Thank you.
Nurse!
Come in.
Sir James Gregg.
Yes.
Oh, I'm Dr. Finlay.
Oh, yes. Cameron's partner. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Well, pour yourself a cup. The cakes are good. Will Cameron be along?
No, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid Dr. Cameron is suffering from one of his attacks of gout.
Oh, we should watch his diet. That's the thing. Diet.
You know, I was very interested to read about the paper you gave in Glasgow last week.
Oh? On staphylococcal infection. Well, it's an important subject.
I was just wondering if you'd be publishing it, so I'd like very much to read it.
Well, I'd be pleased to send you a copy.
Which is really, well, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
I'm always glad when you youngsters take an interest. Here, come on, have some cake. They're really not bad.
Well, no, I'd better not, because our housekeeper, Janet, is preparing one of her specials tonight.
Specials.
Yes, it's baked Virginia ham with A pineapple and wine sauce.
I dined with the Cameron once. I seem to remember the ham and a very excellent smoked herring from the Newer, I think.
Yes. Would you care to join us tonight, Sir James?
Well, it would make a nice change. I always seem to be stuck with the snotties when I come here. But when I don't mean that.
No, of course not. No. No, shall we say 7:30?
Well, I'd be very pleased to come.
Good. Well, I'll phone Janet and tell her you're coming. How's Dr. Snoddy?
Finlay. Afternoon, Snoddy. Oh, Sir James, it's good to see you again. I'm on time, I believe. Yes, excellent young man. Dr. Finlay? Yes, an inquiring mind.
Oh, undoubtedly. Yes, I was hoping to catch you before the meeting, Sir James. My wife and I are expecting you to dinner as usual, of course.
Well, it's very kind of you, Snoddy, very kind indeed. But, you know, I really can't go on trespassing on your hospitality so often.
Not at all, Sir James. Mrs. Snoddy and I are always delighted to have you. You know that. 7:30, shall we say?
Oh, dear, dear, dear. I'm afraid I must disappoint both of us. Oh? I've already engaged to dine at Arden House.
With Dr. Cameron?
Yes.
Oh. Well, next time, perhaps.
James? But, you said Sir James? Certainly. It'd be a great honour. He's coming here for dinner tonight.
Sir James?
Is there any food in?
Not unless he wants to share the hot pot.
Hot pot? Are you made, woman?
Tell Janet that it's to be baked Virginia ham with all the trimmings and cream trifle.
It's to be baked Virginia ham and cream trifle.
Where does he think I'm going to get the ingredients at this hour?
Dr. Finlay, where do you suppose
I know, I heard that.
Oh, you heard that, did you?
Well, tell Janet that I've made all the arrangements.
I see. He's seen about it all.
And tell Janet to start the oven.
He says you have to start the oven.
I'll start his oven.
A good day to you, Mrs. Telfer. There's your ham, Doctor. The finest Inverness peat smoke, the way Miss Macpherson always has it.
Peat smoke?
Aye, from my brother-in-law's farm. He kills and cures his own. There's nothing to beat it either side of the border. Now, that's your ratifers and sponges and cream and the rest. And the pineapple. Was that the lot?
Smoked herring.
Oh, aye. Perhaps.
How is it going, Janet?
Oh, don't talk to me, Doctor. Such a short time to prepare a meal like this.
That's not a ham. That's a hymn of praise.
I should wait till you taste it, Doctor, before you sing any hallelujahs. Will you all be taking... Put that down, Doctor. Smoked herring, because there's precious little of it.
I don't touch it, not as Dr. Finlay. We'll leave it all for Sir James.
Just so long as Sir James leaves room for my ham.
You've no idea of that man's sheer capacity, Janet.
Oh, have I not, Doctor?
Well, I'll go and decant the wine.
But just so long as you decant it out of my kitchen.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Oh, that's James. You care for another slice of ham?
Oh, no. A physical impossibility. Cameron, we must offer our praises.
We will. Janet! A touch more to the pedal.
A touch? I haven't seen a 22 since 26.
Oh, it was a lucky buy. It does not usually travel.
Well, this has, by Jupiter. Miss Macpherson.
A glass, Janet.
Janet, if I may. A toast to the cook.
To Janet.
To Janet.
Janet.
Was the ham to your liking, Sir James?
Janet, it's magnificent. There never was, and in all probability, there never will be again, such a ham as this. You are a genius.
Oh, away with you, Sir James. Dr. Cameron?
Thank you.
I'll just fetch the trifle. take these, Dr. Finlay.
Thank you, Janet. You were talking earlier on about paper of yours.
Oh, yes. Well, you know, there's been a great deal of cross-infection recently in the Glasgow hospitals.
So I gather. We've very happily avoided that here.
Well, it's a healthy enough place all round Tannock Bray, I'll say that. Witness the number of retired folk who come here.
Yes. Nothing much sensational ever happens here.
No, just the odd case of scarlatina, and measles, flu. And, of course, there's the salmonella.
Is that a fact? Salmonella?
A few minor cases, probably waterborne. By the way, I never heard a phrase that got itself on
Not always.
What?
Yeah, waterborne, I mean. There was a fascinating epidemic near Calendar in 97, was it? Traced to a bucket used to fetch water from a well. The well was all right. It was the bucket with a thin bottom that had been let stand near a privy.
As a matter of fact, you know, there was a well in this case, too. Dr. Snoddy closed it about a fortnight ago.
Oh, what did the test show?
Well, actually, I don't think he's taken any. Have you heard, Dr. Cameron?
No, I have not. But I dare say I will.
Well, of course, these MOHs are on off their feet. It's surprising, though, that Snoddy never mentioned it to me. He knows my interest. I must take it up with him tomorrow before I leave. By the way, it's extraordinarily kind of you to offer me a bed. After such a meal, I'd not be entirely certain of finding my way back to Glasgow.
Not at all. It's a great privilege to have you here, so long as you can stay.
Thank you. Now, remind me of that again in the morning, Finlay. If there's a possibility of conducting a field test, I wouldn't miss it. Oh, look.
Gee. Dr. Cameron? Dr. Cameron, would you come quickly?
What?
Sir James has been taken ill. Would you come quickly, Doctor?
I'm coming. What?
Sir James, Doctor.
Sir James? What's happened to you, man? Get Dr. Finlay, quick!
This way. What happened, Dr. Cameron?
It's a stomach upset, I would think, but we just can't afford to take any risks.
Oh, of course not.
No.
There's no need for this, Cameron. I overate, that's all.
We'll see about that. Meanwhile, I must keep you under observation.
I'll say to midday, and I've got to get back. Work, man.
Do what you're told.
It's indigestion, that's all I know, the symptoms.
You're not being a very good patient.
I don't want to be a good patient,
Morning, Mason. What's this I hear about Sir James?
Oh, he's been admitted, Dr. Snoddy. Dr. Cameron's with him now.
This is a pretty kettle of fish and no mistake.
Oh, indeed, yes.
Morning.
How is he?
Sick.
I better see him.
I think we better have a word first. I've just given him some morphine. May we use your room, matron?
Oh, of course, Doctor.
Well?
He seems fairly comfortable, a bit weak.
Temperature?
101. The pulse is fairly regular, but it's fast.
When was he taken ill?
In the night, severe stomach pains and vomiting. There was a slight photophobia, and he was in a state of collapse.
What's your diagnosis?
Well, it's early to say. Some form of food poisoning.
his throat normal?
He says no, but it's slightly tight when he speaks.
Well, I hope it's not a case of botulism. What did you have for dinner?
Herring and baked ham.
Dr. Finlay and yourself?
We only had the ham, but Sir James ate the herring.
Fish. Don't like the sound of it. Janet pickled it herself?
No, it was smoked from Hardy's in the High Street.
Sir James has dined regularly with me for 10 years without the slightest discomfort.
I'm afraid I don't quite appreciate that remark, Snotty.
Well, I'm sorry, Cameron, but it's unfortunate to say the least of it.
As to that, I agree.
Lord knows what they'll be saying in Glasgow.
Personally, I don't give a ticker's good day what they say in Glasgow. I'm concerned about Sir James.
Well, I'll get off and see Hardy. The fish smelt all right, I suppose.
You imagine that we serve stinking fish in Arden House?
I put out what was left of the ham.
I can't believe it was a ham. We all ate the ham. What did you do with the herring?
I had all the rest cleared away before you rang.
You must leave the detective work, Snotty, and he seems to be enjoying it.
You'll come prying around here, I suppose.
Well, he may have to. Oh, great heavens, woman, nobody's blaming you.
Doctor, the meal was prepared by my hands in my kitchen.
Rubbish. He ate too much. Sir James, I know Sir James, and it gave him a bad stomachache. I'm coming now. I think I was salmonella. Ironic, isn't it?
Sounds as if you're blaming all this on me, Dr. Cameron.
Oh, not at all. But if you had to be ill, I'd vastly prefer it was under Snoddy's roof than ours. Damn it, man. Do you see the handle this gives Snoddy? The most distinguished member of our profession in Scotland. And we have to project him into eternity from our house.
Eternity?
Well, not yet, but he is very ill indeed.
Well, I just come from young Jack. Jack for days up at Kilbrah.
Yes.
I think he's got salmonella too.
What are the symptoms?
Well, temperature, sickness, pain, and weakness.
Any rash?
No, but there's one odd thing. He's finding difficulty in speaking.
What has he eaten?
No, I know smoked herring, I can assure you of that. And they only seem to have drunk tap water. Hello, Dr. Finlay here? Yes, Mrs. Haggart. All right, well, just keep him there and I'll come round there as soon as possible, will you? So, Mr. Haggerty seems to be getting fashionable.
The same thing?
It seems so, but the Haggertys are miles away from Kilbrah. We seem to have a salmonella epidemic in our hands. Pity Sir James is missing it, eh?
This is quite unnecessary, Cameron.
You're not being a very good patient, Sir James.
The blood count is normal, the pulse is regular.
Be quiet, man.
You're keeping him against my will. I want that known. Should be back in my laboratory. I've got my work.
You'll go when you're well and not before.
This is bullying, Cameron. Sorry. Will you kindly inform your colleague that as much as I appreciate his hospitality, I don't propose to be turned inside out for a slight case of dyspepsia.
No, Sir James. We must...
Oh!
Patient.
Not. I wanted to say that Sir James does not quit his bed on any pretext whatsoever. Tell Matron these are my instructions.
Yes, Doctor.
Now, what with you, Snoddy?
Doctors.
Well?
His temperature's up and he's a bit weaker. What about the herring?
Nothing. 14 families bought herrings from the same box. No symptoms so far.
Janet will be relieved to hear that. So it's not the herring. Is it poisoning at all?
Man, there've been 2 new cases of salmonella in the town since you went down. And I'll remind you that your young partner objected to my closing the well.
Are you suggesting now that we go miles out of our way to draw infected water for our guests?
No, but what else can it be?
I'm as much in the dark as you are. I think he's lying about his chest.
You're not suspecting airtitis?
That slight edema of the eyelids. You notice that? I'm going to take a biopsy, a muscle biopsy.
What are you thinking?
It's just half an idea yet. But you'll agree we're in a fog. The blood tests have proved nothing.
You won't like it, you know.
No, and it won't be a picnic for us either. James, my colleague and I have decided to take a muscle biopsy.
Cameron, this is the last straw.
Bergie.
What is it?
Sweepstake. You've drawn rangers, you lucky devil.
Thanks. Here, Jock. Take a squint, will you?
What have you got?
Muscle biopsy, Sir James.
Ah, Jimmy. I'd like a squint at that.
Well?
What is a moment, man?
Well, what do you know about that?
What do you see?
No, you tell me.
What do you see?
Well, if it wasn't playing crazy, no, it can't be. Ah, the poor old devil.
We better make sure before we consign Jamie to the immortals. This came on in the night, you see.
Early morning, Doctor. I tried to rise from my bed, but...
You felt giddy.
Aye, Doctor. And oh my, I had an awful pain in my stomach.
She had a dram too many, that's the truth of it.
Oh, I just had a wee drappy to keep the cold out, Doctor. Take no heed of her.
All right, then. You take this to the chemist for the sister, will you?
Very good, Doctor.
You just stay in your bed now, Mrs. Dobie, and I'll come back and see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're sure you didn't drink any of that water from the well?
No, Doctor. Not since Dr. Snoddy said not to.
You're sure, Mrs. Shaw?
There's none been near it, Doctor.
Good. I'll come back and see you tomorrow then.
Thank you, Doctor.
Janet, have there been any calls from Glasgow?
Yes. Dr. Hunter rang. He said he'd appreciate news of Sir James.
There's no news. What's for dinner, Janet?
Stew and dumplings. All good food. Guaranteed not to poison.
Miss Janet.
Well? Mrs. Dobie up at Kilbrah, she's got it. Look, that makes 5 new cases in a week, and it's all over the place. And she eats bits of cheese and wee drams.
Tell me, did you see any edema?
No, certainly. Why, Sir James?
That's getting worse.
You still get no idea.
He's got enough symptoms for a dozen diseases. The plain truth is, I do not know. I'm just praying that the lab report will throw some light in it. I should have heard by now. Dr. Cameron. What is it, matron? I see. All right, I'll be along in 5 minutes. If the lab phones, call me immediately.
Is it Sir James? We'd better not wait for Dr. Cameron.
Cameron.
He's coming, Sir James.
What, Cameron?
He'll be here in a moment.
What, Cameron? All right. I'm here, Sir James.
No, sir. What's his temperature?
It's 102, Doctor.
When did it get worse?
Oh, just an hour ago. He complained of pains in the chest and abdomen, and then they spread to his arms and legs.
And his voice?
That faded at the same time.
I ordered another blood test.
It showed normal, Doctor.
Matron, have you notified Dr. Snoddy?
Yes, Doctor. I phoned him immediately after I'd spoken to you.
Tell me if you feel anything. Sir James, does your arm hurt when I bend it? His jaw's swollen. When did that develop?
I hadn't noticed, Doctor.
Cottage Hospital, matron speaking. Yes, Dr. Finlay.
Matron, I've got an urgent message for Dr. Cameron. I've got a report on the biopsy from the lab. It shows an infection by Trichinella spiroris. Yes, Trichinella. It's a count of over 7,000. Yes, 7. Thank you, matron.
What is it, Doctor?
It's trichinosis, Janet. Count of over 5,000 is usually reckoned to be fatal. Trichinosis or trichiniasis. It's a disease that you get from pigs. He's about the same, say no more than that.
Thank the Lord he's alive.
Aye, according to my books, a count of over 5,000 is usually fatal.
There's very little chance of cure. Listen to this. Of all diseases known to medicine, trichinosis is the hardest to diagnose at any stage. Even experienced doctors have confused it with arthritis, acute alcoholism, lead poisoning, heart disease, mumps, rheumatic fever, rheumatic myocarditis, dermatomyositis, frontal sinusitis, nephritis, and cholecystitis, not to mention malaria, typhoid fever, paratyphoid, tetanus, typhus, and cholera. Well, at least we are no more ignorant than other members of our profession.
Aye, that's any comfort. The ham. I must know about the ham.
Well, Dr. Finlay purchased it at Hardy's in the High Street. And there's been no other case of trichinosis in Tannock.
Not yet. If you don't mind, Cameron, I'll work on the premise that the infection was passed on here in Arden House.
The ham was baked. Janet, so will you come here a minute? How would you suggest that Trichinella survived?
It's quite possible for the outside of meat to be 500 degrees while the centre's only just warm.
Only if it wasn't baked right through.
Exactly.
Janet, how long did you bake that ham?
3.5 hours by the kitchen clock, Doctor.
Was it cooked to the bone?
Aye, Doctor, it was.
That was not it.
Janet, my wife tells me there's sometimes 1 or 2 small bones in ham that you don't want to cook.
That's quite true, Doctor.
What did you do with them?
I cut them out and put them in the rubbish bin.
Before you cooked the ham?
That's quite right, Doctor.
Thank you, Janet.
No trouble, Doctor.
Now that you're satisfied about the cooking study, there's another question I'd like to consider. How was it that Dr. Finlay and myself were not infected?
Well, you may have eaten less of the meat, or the section not so near the center, or you may have a natural immunity. There's several examples quoted.
Oh, yes. I know all the textbooks. But I wouldn't put a great weight on their explanations.
The fact is, Sir James was infected.
I know. But I suggest you found nothing to suggest that he was infected here. Oh, damn it, man, I know he used to dine with you when he came to Tennisbury, but... that's no reason why you should feel outraged, because on this...
I'm not outraged. Merely want to ascertain the facts of a dangerous epidemiological situation. This is the first case of trichinosis in Scotland for years, and it's happened in my area. I'm going to see Hardy. I'll keep in touch.
Please do. I'm sorry that you were subjected to that, Janet.
You warned me, Doctor.
Now tell me again, what order did you cook the food in?
I did the ham first, Doctor.
And you put the ham in the oven before you touched the herring?
Aye, Doctor, I did.
Now this is very important. You washed your hands.
Aye, Doctor, I did.
You're quite sure of that?
Yes, Doctor, I had to. They were covered with pastry.
Was that before or after you put the little ham bones into the rubbish bin?
After, Doctor. I had to clear off the whole table again before I could start on my trifle.
I just had to make sure of my ground. Excuse me. That is the telephone. All right. Dr. Cameron. Yes? What's the name? Haggerty. Yes, I know. Now, what's wrong with him? I see. Yes, I'll be with you soon.
No, Doctor, that's all boiled ham.
You boil it yourself?
Mrs. Hardy does.
What about the ham for baking, like Dr. Finlay bought?
That was smoked. Pete smoked.
Where did it come from?
From my brother-in-law, Jock McNabb. You mean the piece Dr. Finlay bought?
That's the one I'm talking
about. That was from Inverness.
Oh, yes. Who was it?
My brother-in-law, Jock McNabb, Ochio Farm.
And how much ham did you buy from him?
3 carcasses. There wasn't all smoked, though.
Now, what did you do with the unsmoked?
I minced them up into sausages.
Sausages? Any left in the shop?
Oh, they're all sold, Doctor. What's all this about?
Nothing, I devoutly hope. There's been a case of trichinosis from infected pork. It only needs one other case directly traceable to that meat you sold, and we may be faced with a dangerous epidemic. Now, who bought the sausages? I want their names and everyone you can remember.
Oh, Doctor, that's not so easy to remember. You might say everyone in Tannock
Everyone?
Aye, Mrs. Snoddy bought £2, I remember especially.
My wife? When was this?
Maybe a week ago, maybe less. Here's your hat. You've left your hat, Doctor.
You haven't had any ham recently, Mrs. Haggerty?
No, Doctor, not for weeks.
Now, what about sausages?
Oh, yes, we have sausages every Saturday, Doctor.
And, on the Saturday before last.
Oh, yes, Doctor.
Yeah, both ate roughly the same amount.
Well, Mr. Haggerty had 3, and I had 2.
You fried them?
I fried mine, Doctor.
Were they well cooked?
Well, mine were.
You mean your husband's weren't quite so well cooked?
Oh, I didn't cook his at all.
I don't think I quite follow you, Mrs. Haggerty.
Well, Mr. Haggerty, he likes his sausages raw. He says they taste better like that. It's just one of his funny little ways.
Temperature rose suddenly in the night, you see.
Hey, Doctor, she was restless and tossing.
She had any ham at all?
Not that I can recollect.
Any sausages?
Oh, aye. Once or twice a week.
From Hardy's?
That's right, Doctor.
Were they thoroughly cooked?
Aye. I see to that.
She complained of pains in the chest at all?
Not that I recollect.
Mrs. Dobie, just tell me if this hurts really.
No.
This one?
No.
Where did this come from?
The blood, you mean, Doctor? She had nosebleed in the night.
She's got a rash coming on, too.
Dr. Snoddy.
He's holding his own. That's as much as we can ask.
I have another trichinosis for you.
What's happened then? Who is it?
Oh, Mr. Haggerty.
Oh, from sausages, I don't doubt.
Eaten raw.
It can't be serious.
He likes them that way.
Oh, for God's sake, there can't be many like Haggerty can, though. Oh, this is what I've been hearing. We're faced with an outbreak.
Keep your head, man.
My head? My head it is. Nose. Cameron, those salmonella cases. Perhaps they weren't salmonella.
Oh, I thought you traced them to the well.
No, I didn't. It was just a precaution. Ah, it's obvious. The first symptoms are much the same. You were mistaking yourself over Sir James. And
I've got this I've got it plenty of it.
Another case?
I've got this my back patient, Mrs. Dobie from Kilbra.
Another. What did I tell you, Cameron?
I thought you told me that she lived on cheese.
This isn't trichinosis. I'm damn sure this is typhoid.
Did you have a nosebleed this morning, Mrs. Shand?
Yes, Doctor. A wee bit.
Now, Mrs. Dobie, does it hurt you when I do that?
No.
No. Cameron, we must take a biopsy.
Typhoid?
Oh, she did have the sausages.
Yes, but she's also got the typical typhoid rash and the nosebleed.
You're being misled by the symptoms, Finlay.
Well, you're being misled by the sausages. I suppose everything from a cold in the head to whooping cough now in this town's got to be trichinosis.
And perhaps you'll tell me how she got the infection. Remember, I closed the well against your excellent advice.
Mrs. Shand, I believe you've been looking after your sister ever since she was laid out with her back.
Yes, Doctor.
And you've a home and family of your own.
She's my only sister, Doctor.
Well, it's very commendable of you. All this extra work and carrying these buckets of water from the top of the hill.
Aye, Doctor, it's heavy work.
And, Mrs. Shand, you were never prompted to shorten the labor by taking the lid off the well outside your door.
Oh, no, Doctor. Not since Dr. Snoddy put a notice on it.
Mrs. Shand, you are quite sure of that?
It was a storm. 7 days ago. There was not a drop of water in the house again. I asked the mean old skinflint next door, but they had no drop either. They promised that they wouldn't.
Typhoid.
You needn't look so smart, Dr. Finlay. When he closed that well, Snoddy knew what he was doing.
Oh, it's a good job I picked it and fall down it.
What?
Ain't nothing.
What's it doing now?
Much more normal.
I took it myself just before you came in.
What do you make it?
110.
Really?
You didn't think I'd snuff it, did you, Cameron?
Well, I was concerned about you.
Well, I can't afford to die yet. I have too much to do. By the way, how's your complaint?
That's much more normal, too, but the stick's becoming a habit.
Come in.
Sir James, I'm glad to see you're on the mend.
Story, how are things with you?
I've just had a call from Dr. Ritchie in your laboratory.
Oh, yes? And what's this about?
She's been working on the samples of water I sent down from the Culbra well.
Oh, yes, the suspected salmonella.
Yes, it's not only that, there's typhoid.
Typhoid?
Only one case so far.
Diagnosed by Dr. Finlay.
You'll have to move fast, Story. There may be an outbreak.
I'm doing so.
Now, seal the well and trace the source of infection. And don't forget there may be a carrier in Tannic Bray.
Already...
You better check in the earth closet and the septic tanks, too. There's always the possibility of a fractured sewage pipe.
Yes, Sir James, I'm aware of the danger. Now, if you'll excuse me, gentlemen.
Typhoid, damn it. If only I weren't stuck in hospital.
Well, you are.
You say that Finlay made the diagnosis. He's a bright lad, that. I could do with him in Glasgow. Cameron, thank you for saving me.
Well, it was the least I could do.
Well, after all, it was almost worth going through all this for Janet's dinner.
And I doubt if she'll find it much of a compliment.
There's still no idea how I got it?
No, it's a medical mystery.
I wonder.
I know there's an army of them up there, digging up the ground between Culbra and the main sewer. Now, one of these photographs you see of the Somme.
I'll need that knife now, Dr. Finlay.
Dr. Snoddy's jumping in and out of the trenches like a wee frog taking samples.
I hope it keeps fine for the poor man.
Oh, you've got a kind heart, Janet, I'll say that for you. You always do that.
What?
Oh, you've just used the knife to cut up the meat, and now you're cutting up the carrots.
It's my good kitchen knife, Doctor.
Did you not wash it?
Wash it? It's a good steel knife. I wipe it up. Dr. Finlay, are you suggesting that I don't keep a clean kitchen?
No, Janet. Look, but when you prepared that ham, you had to cut the wee bones out of it while it was still uncooked, didn't you?
Aye, Doctor.
Then you wiped it. Now, what did you do after that, Janet? Can you remember?
Doctor, that was 10 days ago. I've cooked 20 meals
Janet,
since then.
could it have been that you went on after that to cut up smoked herring?
The wee things that were in the ham?
Well, there'd be enough of them in the knife to go from the knife into the herring. From the herring into Sir James. Dr. Cameron, allow me to present to you the knife that very nearly killed Sir James Gregg.